Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're doing another cheap versus expensive, but the figures are very, very close. So the expensive one is this Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax at $10.99 or 11 bucks. And the cheap one is this Lucas Slick Mist. It's actually Lucas Oil Products Inc. It's their Lucas Slick Mist Fast and Easy Speed Wax at $9.99. You get about 4 extra ounces in the Lucas as you do to the Turtle Wax. Now, the thing I want to see today is I was very, very impressed with this Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax, especially at $11 in a consumer product. Very, very impressive. In fact, if you check around on my other videos, excuse me, it holds up against a $25 sealant. So that's incredibly expensive, especially when it's making claims to be the longest lasting premium spray wax. It actually does hold up to that, which is impressive for the Turtle Wax. And thanks to your suggestions, what I wanted to see, because you guys suggested it, and you said this Lucas Oil Spray Wax is even better. So I went and picked some up at a whole 10 bucks for 24 ounces. Very economical, especially for a consumer grade product. And that's kind of what has been my kick lately is when you go down to the local auto parts store to find these products, which ones will serve you the best. And so one thing that I do want to point out I don't think the Turtle Wax said it, but the Lucas definitely said it, and then the Griot's Garage also says it as well, because it really plays to what I like in my style as a detailer. This Lucas can be applied wet or dry, same with the Griot's, which was in a different video. However, that is what I love to see, because as we beat these products up with some chemicals, we see how quickly they can break down if you don't have something like a ceramic coating on your car. So we're seeing these sealants kind of break down almost to the equivalent rate as something like a spray wax. So my thesis in detailing and kind of my style in detailing is ringing true, and I want to see if the Lucas will hold to it. But I do like that it says you could apply it wet or dry, because when you do a traditional car wash on a car, obviously you have to dry the car anyway. So if you could do a few sprays of something on your car right before you dry it while the car is still wet, kind of in that in between, and you get to add a nice layer of protection to your car, that is a huge win for you as the owner of the car or as a professional detailer, to add that extra service to the customer, charge accordingly of course, and really have no extra work involved, but you're still laying down that protection. It's a great place to be. So let's get right into it and apply this to the panel and then beat it up a little bit to see what it can withstand. So the application process for these both very, very easy. I'm going to be putting the Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax on the right side of the panel. Obviously that's probably a little much, but I want to get a lot on here, and I'm just going to rub it in with the towel. Both of these can be used wet. In fact, I did recently use the Turtle Wax Ice on a wet car, and it worked totally fine. It's going to be diluted down a little bit, so you may not have as good of a it's diluting it. So all right, there's the application with the Turtle Wax Ice. Let me move this towel over. The only purpose for this towel here is to try to block any contamination that may happen, and obviously I have the control section in the middle. Thanks for the tip on the person. Ooh, kind of a banana smell on the Lucas oil. What? Almost like a cinnamon banana, which is kind of an interesting combo. Wow, goes on very nice, very smooth, similar to the ice spray wax. I'll flip that towel. Very smooth underneath the towel as well, not tacky like we've seen in some of the other sealants. And because of the nature, adds some nice shine and gloss. Both of them do. I'll strip that away. So we have nothing in the center. I'm gonna let this set up for a second, and then we will immediately start beating it up with products, which no cure time involved here, according to the very, I mean, it makes the paint very smooth, very smooth. So there's no cure time because it's a quick wax, it's a spray wax. This stuff is meant to not be super durable, but let's look at the water beading comparison. So they both look pretty nice, pretty much the same. Again, we've given no time to cure at all, which is the point. So the water is definitely sheeting, beading in spots, sheeting much faster than the control section. Thanks for whoever suggested that name, the control section. Nice beading and nice sheeting. Not incredibly well, not the best we've seen out of the turtle wax. With the different sprayer head, we definitely saw a little bit different, but compared to the control panel, we're seeing some consistency in the beads. Again, nothing crazy, nothing to really rave about, but significantly less water on the panel. And seems to be beating up, and definitely there, especially on the fringe edges. Again, how the water shoots out, how about that? The angle of the water has a big factor to do in the sheeting and beading of the water. All right, let's start beating it up. Let's start beating it up, which is funny. Beading and beating. Interesting. Up first is the Adams iron remover, which I'm almost out of. So I'll have to be switching it to something else. Looks like this will be the last go of that. Toss this one in the trash. Adams iron remover. Seem to be doing about the same as the griots here. Let me rub this in. We'll see where we're at here. All right, wanted to switch it up to this nozzle to see if let's rinse off this residue. So you can already see how much faster the turtle wax with that nozzle head, a lot different, but look at how much faster that turtle wax sheeted the water compared to the Lucas oil. Now, in the very beginning, the beading wasn't much different, but you could see how much less water is left. So let me hit it with just my wet towel. Let me wet this up a little bit more. Just with my wet towel, and you can see, look at even when I wipe, didn't happen so much that time, but the first time I wiped, it really was like trying to get rid of the water. So that was cool to see. It's my wet towel. Let me rinse that off again and see where we're at. And this is just to make sure I have all the residue off. So you can see the turtle wax definitely sheeting. I mean, almost safe to say that the Lucas oil is gone. It's almost matching the control section, whereas the turtle wax seems to still be shedding some water and really getting, I mean, again, I've said this before, but I love when the difference is that obvious. It just shows you which one's a winner pretty much right away. So, but nonetheless, let's just hit it with one more. We'll just hit it with some Super Clean. And thank you for the recommendations on trying the Super Clean for interiors. I'm thinking a cheap versus expensive kind of off-label use will be Super Clean. It'll be a cheap versus expensive. I'm gonna try this again. It'll be a cheap versus expensive Super Clean versus Rapid Remover, which I've seen be used for interiors, which is really expensive stuff, and honestly, I don't think it's that great. Some people swear by it. All right, but I got a fresh bottle of Super Clean. Just picked it up with my Lucas oil. It looked to me like the Lucas was gone, but it does add, again, the durability test is kind of silly on a quick wax, only because it's not, in my opinion, it's not really like what quick waxes aren't meant to really hold, right? So they're meant to be applied often. Really, in my opinion, it serves to get rid of quick detail sprays. I really think there's zero market for a quick detail spray other than a clay lube, but just really seems to be zero. If you're going for dust control or dust management, a quick detail spray is useless. All right, let's get all that residue off. And this was the Super Clean. So you could see even the turtle wax hit it. It took a real big beating on that one. Let me get my wet towel, wipe off the residue. Even though it took a big beating, look at how it's still sheeting water compared to the control section. Even the Lucas a little bit. This is what I look for. So I think there's still some residue on there. I could kind of see a little bit right there, but when you compare it to the control panel, that's all we have to go off of really when these products don't bead very well. But again, unless you're claying a car, which you may have a clay lube for that instead, which you really could just use soap and water. But I think a spray, easy to use, relatively durable spray wax is a great product, and I'm falling in love with this Turtle Wax Ice. So as you can see right there, pretty much have taken care of that. But look at that Turtle Wax. For a $11 bottle at AutoZone, that's doing pretty good. The Lucas, unfortunately, is pretty much gone. Definitely a vast comparison, or a vast difference rather, in the two products. I'm thankful for this comparison. I'm thankful for your suggestions to this, but I think we have a winner in the Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax, which I still can't believe. I'm still like racking my brain at night, like, what the heck, Turtle Wax? Really? Turtle Wax? So let me know what your opinion is in the comments below. I think they both took a significant hit. Hard to say if the Turtle Wax was still there. The reason why I think it was still clinging to the surface a little bit is that the surface tension in the water was doing something dramatically different than our control section and the Lucas oil. So the Lucas oil, a little bit cheaper, you get about 4 ounces more for about $1 less, at least at my local AutoZone. But I think, as you could see, the Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax was the winner in this test. So I'm gonna get this panel ready for the next test. I'm gonna go back and compound it, just waiting to burn through this paint. Might be a good time to try a paint gauge, huh? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Give me your suggestions for other cheap versus expensive videos that you would like to see. And I hope that you'll stick around and choose to watch more videos and hit that big red subscribe button. Catch you guys on the next one. See ya.